Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Rico back at it again. Welcome to another edition of the Rico Report, brought to you by the Fanatics. Folks, welcome. The bye week officially over for the time off. You know what, folks? It was nice to watch other brands play football. And when you watch it, other brands play football and compare it to your own brand, your own team, you're like, man, they're just not cut from the cloth that we're cut. It's just what it looks like. It's just what it looks like. And it's like appreciation week is what this is. It's appreciation week for the Bills because we saw what our own division was able to display. The Jets, although 5-2, I am buying it. At the end of the day, you need your quarterback. And Wilson, when you go and look at Patriots, they don't know what they're doing. Is it going to be Bailey Zappi or Zap? Is it going to be Macaroni Jones? They have no idea. It's actually comical to watch. And then they lose to the Bears. And then Miami, Tua's just almost turning the ball over, but these guys just couldn't catch a football. They barely got away with it. Golly, and then you look at the Bills, the Bills are just the class of not only the division, but the class of the NFL. And I'm going to talk a little bit more on it. Folks, welcome to another edition, boys. I appreciate y'all tuning in. It's always love, and we get to talk Bills football, man. How fun is that? So let's get right into it. So listen, man, you get a chance to reevaluate what your team looks like. You get to evaluate trade situations that are happening. You guys have seen it. The Bills were in contention to go for Christian McCaffrey. We missed out. The 49ers gave up quite a bit. They don't have I don't think they have a strong enough draft, I guess a draft round for a while. Not until like 23. Rough. And they gave up a lot for Christian McCaffrey. Now I get it. You got to do what you got to do to spark the team that you got. But like, my goodness, man, y'all gave up all that, and you still got Jimmy Garoppolo running your show out there. And boy, did Jimmy look good versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Golly, man. But it's not about them. It's about what our division is doing and what the class and how good the Bills have looked, how good they've been constructed. And that's what I was looking at. I was like, yo, how are we in the position that we're in right now where the freaking this whole team is built like just right. Just right. Special teams unit. Let's start with the special teams unit. It's amazing. Actually, what prompted this was a lot of times people want to talk about draft classes, right? And you can't really evaluate a draft class until like 3 or 4 years down the line. That's what usually people say, right? Then you really know what's going on with your draft class. And I was going over an old video of mine, and I was talking about the I guess the draft after class, the aftermath of the draft, and how do you think we do, and how what are you guys thinking? And I was talking about like the 2018 draft, the Bills draft, and that was a freaking solid draft. That was a very good draft. And if you guys go back and look at what we did that year, I'm just gonna pull it up and let you guys know. It's like it's amazing. And I'm going through the YouTube comments, and the YouTube comments were like, well, and this is the time where nobody really knew what Josh Allen was going to be like. But apart from Josh Allen, you look at what this 2018 draft class, yo, that was a solid freaking draft class, folks. You can't even front. Let me just pull this up, and we'll start from the seventh round and move all the way up. And golly, the one thing that stood out to me, I was talking about, was the addition of Saron Neal. I was like, man, y'all better watch out for Saron Neal. And the comments were like, man, what are you talking about? This, that, and the third. I was like, Saron Neal's gonna be nice. Not knowing we needed like safety help. Like that time, we were building, we were rebuilding. So there was a lot of things that we needed, right? And I was like, yo, Saron Neal's gonna be pretty nice, man. Y'all gotta chill out and just wait and see. So that draft class, we get Austin Prohl. I don't think that Austin Prohl's in the league anymore, but we got Austin Prohl in the seventh. I think that was just like a pick 'em, right? We got Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod is still in the league today and still producing. He's still producing today. I think what I think he's on the 49ers. He's still producing. He's their return guy. He gets on the field. He had some plays just this past week. So McLeod still doing his thing. I like it. Like this is the Bills draft class, right? Wyatt Teller, the one that got away, if some will say. Wyatt Teller, one of the best in the game today. The Bills drafted him. Now we moved on because we had to move some things around, and the team is not what it is today without trading of Mr. Wyatt Teller. I think in that trade we got Matt Milano, and Matt Milano, you see what Matt Milano's doing, right? Wyatt Teller, we picked him with a 166th pick, right? Round 5. Saron Neal, round 5. That's in the 5th round, folks. We picked up Wyatt Teller, that is a OG in this game. And then we pick up Saron Neal, that's on his second contract and one of our best special teams players on the team. And we need him for special moments, like taking on the bigger tight ends, because he's athletic enough, strong enough to withhold, and he's a big piece when it comes to like mismatches, right? We need you to match up on this big boy. Help me out. Fantastic. Now you can't go wrong with it. Trust me. When you have that versatility, now he didn't have the greatest game last game. However, he was part of the game plan. He was part of the game plan nonetheless. And guess what? We won the game. So Saron Neal, great pick. Taron Johnson, for crying out loud, we don't stop, baby. Taron Johnson, second contract. And he's actually a pivotal piece on this defensive front, one of the better nickels. And in my evaluation, and this is before these guys even stepped on field, I was like, man, based on film, based on what these guys are talking about, this guy is going to be a pivotal piece on this team. And this boy can tackle. He has no fear. And listen, what do you see what he's doing right now? Nickel, we're primarily a nickel defense. If we had any trepidation of having a team stay in nickel defense, it starts with the nickel guy. Do we have a nickel corner that can really support in the run and do what he does on the back end? Yes, he can. Pick 6 in the Ravens game, and then he seals the game against the Chiefs. Yes, what a damn pick with Taron Johnson. Let's move on. Harrison Phillips, second contract. He's on the Vikings right now. Now, granted, I don't pay attention to the Vikings. I don't know how Harrison Phillips is doing, but from what I understood, he was in the starting lineup, doing what he's supposed to do with the Vikings. And right now, the last time I checked, the Vikings, I think, 5-2, something of that nature. Kudos to them, or 5-1. Kudos to them. They lead the NFC North. Come on now, let's keep going, man. Round 2. You already know what it is. Tremaine Edmonds. Tremaine Edmonds is killing it right now. Tremaine Edmonds is working towards a second contract, which we know he's going to get. Whether it's with the Bills, that's a whole different ballgame. I can't see them moving on from him. They like him. They love him. Tremaine Edmonds most likely will get his second contract with the Bills. Smooth. Brandon Bean, fam, you killed it. And then last but not least, Josh Allen. Josh Allen right now is on pace to be the best football player this year and win that MVP. And there are some good candidates. Obviously, Pat Mahomes being one of them. Jalen Hurts is another. Micah Parsons, you can put in that mix. I might be missing a player or two. But right now, those are the top dogs when it comes to vying for the MVP. And Josh Allen is at the cream of the crop. He's the top dog. Fam, we got Josh Allen in the first, and then Brandon Bean was like, I ain't done. And comes back and grabs Tremaine Edmonds. And these guys, Josh Allen obviously is already on his second contract. He's a $250 million man. The dude is a bona fide star. So when you look back at that draft class, and I didn't mean to go into the draft class, but it was just I was looking at this team, how it's been constructed. Legit, man. Legitimate. Let's go back. They talk about let's see what it looks like when you go back in the 2017 draft. Because you got to see how this, like, why we are where we are today is not because we paid a whole lot of money to bring in this free agent and that free agent and that free agent. We traded for that guy. We traded for that guy. We traded for that guy. Like, the foundation of this team is built in the draft, baby. Let's move on. I'm looking at the 2017 draft. Tanner Vallejo. I think Tanner Vallejo is still in this league. I think he's playing for the Browns. Potentially. Then you got my man, Nate Peterman. Nate Peterman! My guy, Nate. Last time I checked, he was playing for the Raiders. And he might be out of the league right now. I don't know if he's playing on the roster right now, but he should be. Damn it. You know what it is. But you got Nate Peterman. You got Matt Milano, which is on this team, already on his second contract. Deion Dawkins on this team, already on the second contract. A big pivotal piece of this team. He's the anchor on the left side. Started off as a guard. Now he's moved over to left tackle, doing his damn thing. Matt Milano, second contract, one of the best in the game right now. Dangerous. And he is dialed the F in right now. Dialed all the way in. Zay Jones still in the league. He's actually a big piece to the freaking Jaguars. Go figure. Craziness, right? And last but not least, Trey White, which is coming back potentially this week. We'll find out a little bit more as these guys start to get back to practice and start doing what they're supposed to do. Fam, it starts. That's how it's. I hate to listen, Mr. Listen, Mr. Yagami. Trust the process. Is exactly right, and the process is working quite well. And I cringe when I trust the process. Well, the process is working. The process is working. MK Live, what's up? La Liga. He goes, yo, Rico, let's go. Let's go. We all good. Hold on, Rico. Let's go. We all good. We don't need nobody. Listen, I've never heard someone say we don't. Listen, if I'm saying, yo, man, I'll give you another $400 on your paycheck. You gonna take it? Of course you're gonna take it. Because you could always use more. Right? Don't tell me, man, we don't need another player. We don't need. No, you do. If you can upgrade and if you can add something to your repertoire, add something to, you know what I'm saying, skill set, you're gonna do it. If you're a boxer and your jab is nice, your shielding, your blocking is nice, but you lack the haymaker, or you could use a little more power, you're gonna take it. Whatever attributes, whatever we can add to your repertoire, your skill set, you got to do it. So if we can add a receiver, but look what Von Miller did. Some people say that we had a pretty strong defensive front in the first place, right? With the young pieces of Carlos Basham, Greg Rousseau, Ed Oliver. Then we added Von Miller. Von Miller, you already know what Von Miller is doing. First of all, he's already balling the way he's supposed to, but he's instilling other things on the defensive front to the other players. So the likes of OBJ come into the Bills. You don't think that the way he practices, the way he goes about his business, the way his craft, you don't think it's going to affect all the other guys? Diggs is already doing that. So you could double that out with a guy like OBJ. But we don't have to worry about that until December, because that's when he's apparently going to be ready. So we'll see how that plays out. Now, going back to this Bills team and how good they are, and just how, like, just hands down the best looking team in the league right now. I know Philly's undefeated. I get that part. But when you look back and see, I mean, the type of games that Philly was playing and who they're playing, it doesn't match up with what the Bills have done. The Bills right now have played the Rams. The Rams, I believe, are the leaders in the NFC West. And this, let me look at the NFL standings right now. I just got to get my bearings correct. So the Bills have beaten the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the leaders in the AFC West, 5-2. They just put a shellacking on the 49ers, which apparently allegedly had the best defense in the league. That did not look like that whatsoever. But I digress. We took on the Ravens, the best in the AFC North, and that's a tough division. It always is. We took down the Ravens. We take down the Titans, the best in the AFC South. Like, we're beating the top teams in their divisions respectfully. Philly, on the other hand, just saying, right? We took down the Rams. The Rams right now are 3-3. They're not the leaders of the NFC West, unfortunately. But you know what? I'm sure by the end of the year they will be. And then we got the Packers this week coming up. And the Packers are, listen, people are talking about the Packers and potentially what they look like and so on and so. I'm not gonna sit here. I'm not gonna sit here and say, yo, we're gonna wax the Packers. We were gonna wax the Jaguars. Remember that? Remember that? And then we quickly got humbled and we're told to shut the F up. You come in and put the work in. Don't think you can just walk in here and waltz in here and just show up. That's not the way it works. And right now, the Packers are pissed off Packers and embarrassed Packers. They're ready to roll. They're not going to sit here and lay down. They know what's going on. They hear what's happening. The Bills are this, the Bills are that. You know what I'm saying? Aaron Rodgers is old. Aaron Rodgers is this. Aaron Rodgers is that. Looking like old man Brady. Just saying. Just saying. So, looking at what we've been able to build and what we've been able to display onto the field is extraordinary. And I'm loving every bit of it. Isn't it nice? Like, I'm sitting here watching and I think I was watching a segment and they're talking to all the franchise quarterbacks and all the starting quarterbacks in the league. And there are some quarterbacks in this game, man, where like you look at what they're doing and you're like, really? Like, Dallas with Dak comes back against the freaking Detroit Lions and barely did anything against them. And I'm not saying Dak is no good. He's probably a top 10 quarterback. But like, you compare him to Josh, it's like, nah, bro, not even close. Jalen Hurts, I like Jalen Hurts, but he ain't on Josh Allen's level. He ain't there yet. Daniel Jones, boy, listen, man. A big shout out to Brian Dable and the freaking New Jersey Giants. He's got these boys at 6-1. I cannot believe it. I never saw that happening. It's craziness to me. It's crazy. My man Steve says, yo, hey, Rico, are you from Canada? Same here, man. Yeah, I'm from Canada, brother. Born and raised in Ontario, and I'm living in Nova Scotia now. Bro, I'm looking at this squad, bro, and I'm like, come on now. The Seahawks are 4-3. Geno Smith got these boys rolling. But anyway, like, look at the quarterbacks, man. And you can't tell me, let's start with the AFC, right? Josh Allen. Let's start with the AFC East. Zach Wilson, bum. I don't believe in Zach. I didn't believe in Sam Darnold when everybody was believing Sam Darnold. If you guys go back, y'all hear me. I didn't see anything special in him, and I still don't. Zach Wilson, I see nothing special in Zach Wilson. Tua, yeah, I don't see anything special with Tua. Patriots, Macaroni Jones, you guys already know how I feel about Macaroni Jones. Bailey Zappi, boy, please. I'm not buying it. Pat Mahomes, OG. He's got the resume. You can compare the OG to guys like Josh Allen. Justin Herbert, I don't know what's going on with Justin Herbert this year, but he ain't playing the way that we like, where everybody lights him up to be that dude, right? He's just playing all right this year. It's facts. He's just playing all right. But he's got injuries. So does everybody freaking else in this league. Receivers are down. O-line are down. Man up. Man up and do what you got to do. Raiders, Derek Carr, not even close. Russell Wilson. I don't know what the F is going on with Russell Wilson this year. I really don't. Get it together, Russell Wilson. You are way better than that. But when you got a head coach like Nate freaking Hackett, get out of here with that, man. You know how I feel about my man, Lamar Jackson, but not even close. Joe Burrow, I like Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is not there yet. He will be one of the better quarterbacks that's going to be, you know what I mean, the top guns in this game, but he ain't there yet. He's getting there, but he's not there. Jacoby Brissett, Mitch Trubisky. You know what I mean? Like, come on, son. Like, Ryan Tannehill, Matt Ryan. We're going to talk about Matt Ryan. My goodness, man. Sunshine out there in freaking in Jacksonville. Davis Mills. Like, fam, like, when you look at the quarterbacks in this game, like, no, man. Josh Allen's head above heels above everybody. Not buying it. The Washington Commanders with freaking Taylor Heinicke and Carson Wentz, Geno Smith, Matthew Stafford overrated. I'm not a big fan of Matthew Stafford. Like to do it as a personal dude, but his game, nah. You got Jimmy Garoppolo, boy, please, man. You got little Kyler Murray, and you got Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins has got these guys 5-1, but he ain't doing them for me. Aaron Rodgers, he's getting up there. His boy can sling that rock, but just they don't have what it takes over there. I don't know what's going on over there, but things are out of sorts. They'll fix themselves, I'm sure of it. Justin Fields finally looked like a damn quarterback this week, but not even close. And then you got freaking Jared Goff. No, thank you. Tom Brady is just looking like an old man now. Old man Brady. Finally, you can put that moniker on him. Old man Brady. He's looking like an old man right now. And then you got freaking Mariota, PJ Walker, to whoever the hell is quarterbacking over there in Carolina. And then the Saints with Jameis Winston and whoever. Fam, head above everyone else, Josh Allen. This team is freaking built to win, man. Built to freaking win. We need to handle business. And the season, we just went through the toughest part of our season. Right? Like I just said, we face the teams that are most likely leading the division. The Rams will overtake eventually the Seahawks, but the Seahawks are playing well. You can't even front. Geno Smith got these boys playing right now. So I'm not even going to take that away from Geno. I'm not even going to take that away from Geno because Matthew Stafford, I don't know what this band is doing. If it ain't Cooper Kupp, who's it going to? God damn it. Pardon my language. But anyway, moving on. This team is built to freaking win. Now, let's get into this whole running back situation. I got to get into it. Christian McCaffrey. The Bills were actually seriously entertaining the thought of bringing Christian McCaffrey to the Bills. And I didn't get a chance to talk about it because it's obviously like we had the bye week and so on and so forth. But listen, folks. And actually, the last show I had was Thursday, and then the trade happened on Friday. And then he was playing on Sunday. So looking at this scenario, let's talk about how did you feel about the Bills being interested in Christian McCaffrey? Seriously interested. Okay. B, what does that tell you how they feel about the running back room currently right now that we serve, that's serving for the Bills right now? What does that tell you about how they feel? I understand it. Brandon Beane will never not pick up a phone. He will always inquire. But if they're calling for somebody on our team, I can understand him saying, "What's up? What do you got?" But he's making the phone call saying, "Hey, what's up? What do you got over there? What would you want?" So if you're content with what you have in the backfield in Buffalo, you wouldn't go searching for one of the better backs in the game in Christian McCaffrey at the young, ripe age of 26. That's prime age. You got 4 more years until you're washed as a running back in the NFL. Some people are saying 27, 28 is the new, you're done. I'll stick to 30, right? So you got 4 more years of great ball to play. And the Bills went after Christian McCaffrey. So are they happy with the freaking running backs they have in Buffalo? Are they happy with James Cook? Are they happy with Zach Moss? Is Zach Moss good as gone? Zach Moss, the last time we heard about Zach Moss was deactivated. He was on the inactive list. And then we got Devin Singletary that's in his last year of his contract. So what was the purpose of going after Christian McCaffrey? What is it telling us? Well, Maybe it's telling us that the weather's starting to change, starting to get a little colder. We need a certified OG in the backfield. And maybe they're not thrilled with what they have back there. They like it. It's cool, but they're not like, yeah, I feel great. I'm solidified in the backfield. Like you look at the receiving room, they're legit. They're solid. There's if they don't go after OBJ, they're not sweating it. It'd be nice. It's a nice addition, but they're not sweating it because OBJ is not gonna just come over and overtake Stephon Diggs. Just not. Stephon Diggs is one of the he's top 5 in all categories right now in the league. Fourth, I believe, fourth in yards, fourth in receptions, second in yards, touchdowns. I think he's top 5, top 10. Like he's up there. So then going back to the running back room, you go after Christian McCaffrey. So what's it telling you? Here's what it's telling me, in my opinion. Chances are they may not even bring back Devin Singletary. This will be Devin Singletary's last year. Look what they did to Jordan Poyer. Jordan Poyer won a new deal. They pretty much told Jordan Poyer, chill out. Next year we'll talk to you, but in good faith, let me increase your salary. So he's like, all right, cool. I'll just do what I do. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if I'm Jordan Poyer, I'm not just gonna just automatically return to the Bills. I'm going to listen to other places because you guys didn't want to just take me and sign me. So guess what? I'm going to do my due diligence. That's just my opinion. But like back to the running back room, they ain't bringing back Devin Singletary. I'm sorry, bro. They're not bringing back Devin Singletary. If you guys have seen the list of running backs that'll be on as a free agent next year, would you bring back Devin Singletary? Zach Moss? I don't know what's going on with Zach Moss. He's in his next year is gonna be his last year. It wouldn't surprise me if they're like, yeah, we're gonna trade you. And then we're gonna go after one of these guys right here. So Saquon Barkley, chances are he will return to the Giants. He is the face of the Giants right now. Then you got Damian Harris, red zone monster. Then you got Kareem Hunt. I'm going to talk about Kareem Hunt because I think that would be a great addition to the Bills. He can catch out of the backfield with ease. He can run inside, outside, and has long speed. Still, Kareem Hunt will be available next year. He was trying to get traded this year, and the Browns were like, man, I'm calling your bluff. Sit your ass down. You ain't going nowhere. This is a two-headed monster, and that's what we're going to keep your ass. Chill out. Josh Jacobs is an absolute monster. He is absolutely killing it right now, and I have him as my fantasy running back, so I can tell you he is balling. David Montgomery had a solid game yesterday. So David Montgomery will be a free agent. Who knows what they do? They like Khalil Herbert, so they might make Khalil Herbert that dude. So he becomes available. David Montgomery. They got Miles Sanders. They got Kenneth Gainwell over there, but I don't know. Who knows? They might bring back Miles Sanders, or he becomes a free agent. Tony Pollard. You guys know how I feel about Tony Pollard. You got Devin Singletary that's going to be on the list. Jamal Williams and then Rashad Penny. Folks, I can tell you there's 4 running backs on that list. 4 running backs on the list. I'm not even talking about even the draft. The upcoming draft coming up. David Montgomery, Josh Jacobs, Kareem Hunt, Tony Pollard. Right now, those are the 4 I'm looking at. And I can add Miles Sanders if I need to. So we're going to bring back Devin Singletary. We were going after Christian McCaffrey, and Christian McCaffrey runs inside, has long speed, catches out of the backfield. He's essentially what they thought they were getting in James Cook. So then, now that I'm off of Devin Singletary, because we already know what it is about Devin Singletary, here's the real deal. What is it about James Cook? And you guys are going to act like I'm hating. I ain't hating. I'm asking questions. Asking all these questions. I'm asking questions. You gave up a second-round pick for James Cook. You hardly use him. And you were just about to give up a second round for Christian McCaffrey. What in the F is happening? Are they content with the running back field? Are they content with what they got in the backfield? We're going to what are we going into week 7? Week 8? And we've yet to see anything from our second rounder. Meanwhile, Breece Hall is killing the game, giving him his opportunities to run the rock and show what he's got. Unfortunately, tough injury, AFC. But I've been telling y'all, Breece Hall is going to kill it this year. No, we got it good in James Cook, man. Just wait. We've been waiting. We ain't got none. Meanwhile, Kenneth Walker's killing the game over there. Point is, we went after Christian McCaffrey, so we're clearly not happy with the running back room. But I'm hating. It's clear. It's right. It was right in front of you. But they gave up way more for San Francisco for Christian McCaffrey. So are we content with the running back field? And I'm going to tell you right now, man, if we are able to right now, if it's still a possibility, we can go after Kareem Hunt right now. Kareem Hunt wouldn't look bad at all in a Bills uniform. Because you know he could do it all. Solid back. And when he was the main dude in Kansas City, killing it. And then he had his off-field situation. Man, oh man. So it'll be interesting to see what we do with the backfield. If it just stays the way it is, we were just inquiring. Sure. But if I'm a running back in the backfield and I heard, yo, they're going after Christian McCaffrey, all right, okay. I guess they're not really into us. Hey, it's just what it is, man. It's a business. And right now, you guys got to be in the business of getting it together. Meaning Devin Singletary's having a good year. This is no hate on Devin Singletary whatsoever. He's having a solid year. It's just maybe they need more. Maybe they need more, and they don't feel that they have what it takes in that backfield. We'll see. There's still time, I suppose. Is Cameo comes in with a super chat and says, "Hey man, Rico, thanks for the content tonight. Big dubs Sunday, 6-1. Hey man, we need that at home Sunday night. We need that." Scott Blakely, what up, Scott? Scott said, "Yo, Hunt has too many off-field issues, man. I'm not worried about no damn off-field issues. I am not worried about that, and that was years ago. You don't think people change? Too many off-field issues. He had that one issue that is behind him, and people grow. And this is not on Scott Blakely. This is on a whole lot of people. Let me just finish Scott's content. Scott, you know I'm not coming for you, but it's just I see this often, right? Hunt has too many off-field issues. That's why KC released him after 8-game suspension. Why the F will we bring him into this locker room? He beats women. Seriously. Okay, let's get to it because Scott Blakely brought it up. People make mistakes, period. You're going to hold it up against them forever? Really? Are we going to do that? Come on, son. Like these guys, they're young men doing young dumb shit. They learn from the mistakes and grow into, you know what I'm saying, more mature men, and they move on. You can't hold me for what I did in my past. It's forgotten, man. I grow. I get better. I learn from my mistakes. If we're gonna hold people to their mistakes forever, some could say let's go back to Josh Allen's when he was a 16-year-old kid or 15-year-old kid when he was dropping M-bombs all over the place. Am I gonna sit here? Oh, he's a racist piece of nah, man. That was a kid doing some dumb shit. We're gonna hold that against him? Nah, we're not gonna do that. It's a grown-ass man right now. I'm sure he's mortified for that crap. He's like, man, I didn't think this was gonna get looked out, but it did. I'm not sitting here going, oh, I gotta watch for Josh. Man, people grow. Can't sit here. Oh, he's got off-field issues. We're not gonna worry about him. It's the same shit about Diggs. My goodness, I don't mean how many times we gotta talk about it. They didn't want Diggs either. He's gonna be a diva. Look what he did in Minnesota. He didn't want to this, that, and the third. Look at Diggs now. We love Stephon Diggs, don't we? We can't imagine Stephon Diggs going anywhere else because we love him. Look at the connection he and Mr. Josh Allen have together. We can't break that up. We can't keep holding these guys all the time to a mistake they did in the past. Now, if they reoccurs and they do that often and over again and do dumb shit like freaking AB, that guy's a bona fide dummy. You don't bring that guy nowhere. Cannot be trusted. Bozo. You know what I'm saying? Like it just can't. And that's not on you, Scott. That's on a lot of people that, well, you can't do that. Don't bring that guy in. Stop it. Rico, you got to chill, man. All those running backs you comparing to James Cook don't have elite quarterbacks, run heavy teams. I'm not even talking about I'm not even talking about the quarterback issue. It's not about that. It's just about the skill set of the player. And those guys bring a skill set to this team that would work. It's not about that. Brett Holmes says, at RB, that is at RB. That is, he plays rookies when forced, but he believes he earned. I'm not sure what you're saying, bro. Sorry. My man Pierre says, "Yo, my man's suffering. Haha. Cook will never be on his good side for his entire career until Cook gives me something. That's what's gonna happen. That's what it is. I can't be a content creator and not talk about the things that are glaring. A second round draft pick for crying out loud at running back position. I need more from that, and that's on coaching staff too. But maybe the coaching staff sees something. They're like, he's not ready. He's not good enough. So I ain't gonna put him on there. So like, but you draft him in the freaking second round. Jeez, man. But they clearly see something. Hopefully this bye week they implement something for him. They put some plays together for him, and I see something. We see something. Josh Allen is not giving a nickel of his contract back, no matter how good or bad we do in 6 years, and he's going to want $70 million a season. I mean, shoot, if he earns it, he gets the Super Bowl. Why not? Watch Cook win Super Bowl MVP over Josh Allen, boy, please. But anyway, it was just very interesting to see that the Bills were very much interested in Christian McCaffrey, and we were willing to give up a second round pick for him. That stood out to me. And if it didn't stand out to you, so like, yo, these guys really want to, because that would have been dangerous. Forget about what we have in the backfield. If we were able to get Christian McCaffrey allegedly for a second round pick, how nasty would that have been? The problem is we're a running back by committee team. So would we have all of a sudden changed things up and now found a bell cow and given him majority of the carries? Clearly, it would make sense to do it. We're not doing it now because nobody's really separated themselves as the top. Obviously, Devin Singletary is above everybody else. But like, if they're willing to bring in Christian McCaffrey, you can't just sit there and give Christian McCaffrey 6 carries. You get 6. It just wouldn't work. A guy being paid $12 million, you're going to have to give him the rock. You're going to have to. So the fact that we were willing to get him on the squad, my goodness, would that have been nasty? Would that have been nasty? But hey, shoulda, woulda, coulda. He's now on the Niners, and we got what we have right now. We got to focus on these freaking Packers coming up. But let me tell you this, though, man. Looking at this team, though, this team is so well built, and we're built to win. We're built to win one game at a time, brick by brick. You know what I'm saying? This is something to really like pause and take a look at and be like, man, we got this, man. And we're knocking these guys one by one. And you got to give it to him, man. McDermott is coaching the heck out of these boys. And we got the right nucleus of players on this team to make it all work and gel. What's up, Don? Don Jenkins, what's up, man? Don comes in with a super chat. Says, if we fix the O-line running scheme, we wouldn't need a running back. Why bring a running back into the same situation, same result? Quit trying to fit square into circle. Go Bills. Well, here's the deal. Here's the funny thing, right? We were all so excited. Were we not? Aaron Kromer is returning to Buffalo. The last time Aaron Kromer was with the Bills had one of the best rushing units in the league. You want to know the difference? We had LaShawn McCoy. And LaShawn McCoy is a bona fide G. We don't have a LaShawn McCoy back there. Now, is it the scheme or is it the players that we have in the backfield? Now, I'm not pointing blame at anywhere. It's just more answering your question or your super chat. I don't think it's a scheme issue because the scheme that we once had several years ago worked tremendously. And we have a experienced coach in Aaron Kromer. So it's not like he's new to the game. He knows what it is. They got veteran guys on the offensive line, Mitch Morse, Deion Dawkins, Roger Saffold. So, like, is it a scheme thing or is it just a fit situation? Do they have the right fit in the backfield to make this thing work? Now, it's difficult for me to even say that because right now, if you look at what Devin Singletary is doing, he's doing the most that he can with the touches he's being given, and he's doing well. He's averaging 4.5 yards a pop right now, just shy of 5. So he's doing what he's supposed to do with the rock. So I'm not gonna really buy that it's a scheme issue because we're returning to what made us successful in the past. One could say, okay, we had OG Bobby Johnson as our O line. We didn't like what he was doing with us, so you know what? Let's switch it up. Let's bring another look, another different scheme, running scheme with what we have right now. It's just, but here's the deal, though. At the end of the day, when you have a guy like Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis, Dawson Knox, Isaiah McKenzie, Khalil Shakir, there's a lot of mouths to feed, and you gotta give those guys the rock. They move the chains. They move the chains. You got to call it for what it is. Those guys move the chains. And then you have a guy that's 6'5", 240 pounds that could do everything that the guys in the backfield can do, and he throws the rock. That's Josh Allen. So he's essentially he's our RB1, really and truly. if we're going real keep it a buck, he's really the RB1. Because at will, he could be our leading rusher any night of the week. No questions about it. So he's truly our RB1. But when there's a lot of mouths to feed. And that's the thing, man. When you have all these weapons, you got to get them the football. And you got a lot of money invested in Stephon Diggs. Dawson Knox just got paid. You got to give those guys the rock. At the end of the day, too, it comes down to the politics of it, man. I paid this man some money. Give him the rock. Give it to him. It's just what it is, man. So if Christian McCaffrey would have come here, $12 million, I ain't just giving him 6 carries. He's going to get the bulk of these freaking carries. So one of y'all is getting traded. It's just what it would have been. What would have been interesting is what the 49ers would have wanted. They would have just wanted the second round and someone. I wonder if the Bills were offering somebody on the roster and who. Because what was given up, what the 49ers gave up for Christian McCaffrey, couple seconds, a couple seconds, a couple thirds, yada yada. Like they gave up a lot for Christian McCaffrey. One wonders if the Panthers wanted okay, give me a player, what do you got over there? Give me something back. I wonder what the Bills would have given up if it was only a second round pick and they weren't giving multiples. It must have been a second round pick and someone. Who was that someone? I wonder. I would have been very curious to see who they would have given up if we made that deal happen. My man Pierre, this running game isn't as big an issue. Just because QB1 tends to run, that doesn't mean we can't use the backs. Motor looked unstoppable against the Chiefs. He looked good against the Chiefs. That's why there's no hate on Motor whatsoever, man. He's doing what he's supposed to do. Mr. Key says, yo, Rico, the bottom line is RB is our weakest position group. Is running back our weakest position group? I would have thought cornerback would have been our weakest position group, only because we have a rookie and a third-year player starting at that position. But one would say if you were to upgrade anywhere on this team, that's probably where you would. And guess what? It's evident because we were looking to make Christian McCaffrey a deal to get Christian McCaffrey to the Bills. Just saying. Get Cook to follow Gilliam for an affirmation, and you will see the reincarnation of Willie McGay. Boy, please. Mr. Who said that? Mr. Muniz. But by the way, I like Willie McGay, so I'm a fan. But folks, and I bring all this up because obviously there was some activity and there still could be some potential movements. You never know. The trade deadline is still available. We still can make something before week 8. So the door's not shut. You never know what the Bills are going to do. They might make a move and then all of a sudden, shoot, we got ourselves, we made a tweak to the roster. We'll see. My man Carl told me, what's up, Carl? Carl says, hey, man, Ryan Bates and Saffold, Roger Saffold aren't playing up to snuff. Well, what is it that tells us that are playing up to snuff right now? Josh Allen, they keep him relatively clean. Pass blocking is legit. You know what I'm saying? Some run fits are working. And I think we're middle of the pack right now. I think we're 17th in the league in rushing the football. But take away what our guy Josh Allen does, we're near the bottom. So I think we've got the best offensive line overall we've had in a long time. So I don't know if I can say it's Roger Saffold. And Roger Saffold, he that's his strong point, and his strong suit is in the run game. That's his strong suit. That's what he does best. And it's craziness because That's what he does best. Deion Dawkins is good on both ends. Mitch Morse is more of a pass protector, if anything, and you've got Spencer Brown, which is more of a run blocking. He's a better run blocker than a pass protector. So like you think we'd be able to run the rock with at ease. I want to say at ease, but with ease. But listen, man, every game is different. Every game plan is different. So you can't just instill your will to go and do that. So until somebody stops us in the air, this is what we're going to be seeing going forward. They got to stop us in the air. But when the cold weather starts, you know what I'm saying, and the drops start happening, this is where the running back position comes in, and this is where we got to take full advantage. So we'll see how it plays out. Jury's still out. Giants have the worst offensive line and the same offensive line coach we had and are dominating in the run game. Comes down to opportunity and execution. And I'm sorry, it comes down to the mother effing player back there. Pierre, don't try to sneak that into it. OG Bomber Johnson's cool. They got a worse O-line, absolutely correct. But guess who's back there? Saquon Barkley. That's the difference, right? We don't got no Saquon Barkley back here. We certainly don't. And that is the difference, sir. We don't. And that's why we tried to bring in Christian McCaffrey. And we couldn't. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. Bills fan 97 says, yo, I'm sensing some hate. Ain't no hate, baby. You guys should know me by now. I keep it up. I'm not going to just say what you guys want to hear. No. I'm giving you what it is, what you see. What it is what you see. O-line starting to gel, stick with Mortar. He balls when there's no question about that. Now, moving on from CMC and the run game, because that was a topic of conversation. That's why we are talking about this. The fact that they were going to trade for Christian McCaffrey makes you wonder how they feel about the running back room. Then, which made me go into free agents next year. We got Devin Singletary in his last year. We got James Cook his rookie season, and then we've got Zach Moss that's in his third. He's going into his fourth year next year. And right now he's been deactivated 4 times in his career. So yeah, you do what you will with that information is what I would say. Now, moving on, folks. Moving on. So we got the Green Bay Packers coming up. And Green Bay, the last 2 games, have lost to the Jets. I believe they lost to Zach Wilson and the Jets, if I'm getting that correct. And they lost to the freaking Taylor Heineke-led Commanders. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, if you guys remember, I said I see an upset in the making happening with the Commanders over Green Bay. And that's exactly what happened. Why? Because there's something about Tyler Heineke that I feel like he has chemistry with those guys. And they play for him more so than they play for old man. I can't call him old man. He's still a young cat. And in Carson Wentz. But the Packers, I'm looking at who the Packers played. They played the Bears, and the Bears were, still finding themselves 27-10. Then they beat the Bucks, which was a tough game, 14-12. 2 old men going at it. The Bucks right now, I don't know what's going on over there. Then they beat the Patriots. The Giants whooped on the Packers. So they lost to Daniel Jones. They lost to Zach Wilson. And then they're on a 3-game losing streak? I did not realize that. Folks, these boys are on a 3-game freaking losing streak. They got whooped by the Jets, and then they lose to the Commanders. And now they're going up to play against the freaking Buffalo Bills. That's rough. That's rough, boys. Man, oh man. So they're pissed off. They're embarrassed. They're pissed off. They're a whole bunch of things right now. Man, oh man. Let me read this comment real quick. Pierre says, yo, Christian McCaffrey and Barkley are hands down better than Motor. No brainer to attempt to try to get those guys. Those 2 are arguably the best in the game. Ain't no argument from me. You get no arguments from me. Those are the facts. Those are the facts. And we tried to get the best. And we couldn't get it. Which is what it is. William, 5-1 going into the bye. Come on. Come out of the bye healthier than ever. Get the gang back, Trey back. Rest of the season is a cakewalk. I don't know about cakewalk now. But depending on how we roll out of the bye, we can actually steamroll teams. Well, we'll get into who we play the rest of the way. But this upcoming game against the Packers feels, I don't want to call it a trap game because it can't be a trap game because we're coming off a bye. We've prepared for this team. We've had 2 weeks to, I mean, I'll call it a week and a half to really prepare because you got a few days that they gave these guys to go do what they got to do, rest up. But you're going up against a team that you've prepared for. This team is on a 3-game losing streak. They just can't get it together. There's no chemistry anywhere. And I heard somebody was blaming their inability to have success because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, wasn't around during, you know what I'm saying, like the OTAs and the mini. I think he wasn't around for those. He only showed up to when he was supposed to show up. As a veteran guy, yeah, I'm going to show up when I need to show up. But when you have a team full of rooks and young receivers and new receivers, Randall Cobb is just not what Randall Cobb used to be. Let's stop that. Sammy Watkins is a walking, you know what I'm saying, INJ. That boy is just, he just came back from injury. So I don't even know if he freaking played the whole game or not, but he just came back from injury. Then you got Romeo Dubs, you got Christian Watson, Robert Tungan, Aaron Jones. You got good running backs back there. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon back there. It's just, they're just out of sorts, man. Their defense is playing okay, nothing great. Jair Alexander is a great corner. They got some good players, but they lost some good players too on the pass rush. So this team is just not the same. Devontae Adams was just the cream of the crop at receiver. Those two can just close eyes like Josh Allen and Diggs, man. I can close my eyes. I know where you're going to be. Can't say that right now for Aaron Rodgers. And you're going up against a team that's got the best defense in the game. They got the best defense in the game. And they're coming off a bye, and you guys are on a 3-game losing streak. It doesn't look good for the Packers. It doesn't look good for the Packers. But you can't sleep on them either. Right? What is that saying? This the sleeping, something about a sleeping dog. You know what I mean? Right now, it's not looking good. You think that you can just walk over and you disturb that sleeping dog right now, and it can bite back, and it can bite us in the worst place. Right in the ass. So we can't just take these guys lightly. We cannot take these guys lightly, man. We got to make sure that we stick to the game plan and put our foot on their necks and keep it rolling. Maybe force them into retirement. Don't give a damn. You know what I mean? But man, I'm happy to see that the Bills are gonna be back playing. It's gonna be Sunday night. It's gonna be the first time playing Sunday night at home since 2007. It's a long time, folks. That's a long ass time. Who do we play? The freaking Patriots? Is that when Patriots came to town and just whooped us? I can't remember. But man, the freaking Packers on a 3-game losing streak to Zach Wilson, Tyler Heineke, and Daniel Jones. And they barely got out of it against Macaroni Jones. Boy, this Packers team is not a good one, man. It's not a good team. And it doesn't get any better for them, too. Now, for the Bills, we got past the toughest part of our schedule. We got the Packers. Then we got Zach Wilson and the Jets without Breece Hall. Thank goodness. Not that it would have made a difference anyway, because this defensive front is just playing out of their mind right now. Then we got the Vikings. That's going to be an interesting one. November 13th. Then the Browns. The Browns they got a great run game. No question about it. That kind of scares me a little bit, but that's neither here nor there because we're just that good. Then we got the Lions. The Lions can't stop a nosebleed. Can't get out of their own way. Then we got the Patriots. I don't know what kind of Patriots team is coming that we're going to go visit December 1st. Right? And that's a 9:15 game. I think it's a Monday night or a Sunday night. Then the Jets again. And then we got the Dolphins, the Bears, the Bengals, which is an interesting one. They got us playing the Bengals right after New Year's. And then we got Patriots last. Fam, we can run the freaking table. We have the ability to run this freaking table. And we can thank the Dolphins for that. Because I actually appreciate that we lost to the Dolphins because it kind of set us back to say, okay, let's calm down. Although we know we were one throw away from winning that game and we could be undefeated right now. We know that. We all know that as Bills fans. We know that. But it was good that we lost that game to kind of humble us and bring us back down to earth and say, okay, let's get back to it. And we've been back to it. Boy, have we ever. We rolled on the Patriots. Excuse me. We rolled on the Titans 41-7. We rolled on the Rams 31-10. Then we lost to the freaking the Dolphins 21-18. We got a close one against the Ravens. We came back 20 unanswered points and we win the game. Sorry, down 17. We 17 unanswered points, if I remember correctly. Dominated the second half. Like, you look at the score and you're like, okay, that's a close game, but we dominated the second half. It was over after that, right? Then we come in and waltz in and just whoop on the Steelers. And then we take on the Chiefs, which is a tough game, 24-20. Fam, this team is resilient. We've had some crushings, and we had to answer some questions for close games, right? The Bills can't win the close games. They can't win the close ones. What do? We come back and win a close one against the Ravens, right? Josh Allen can't make a comeback and can't do this. What does he do against the Chiefs? Makes a comeback and makes it work, baby. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like, this team is fun to watch. Now, for the OGs and triple OGs, you know what I'm saying, in their 50s and 60s, I've been watching the Bills beyond the 90s, right? I'm talking about, you talking about 80s. And I have to ask you this, and I've asked this before, and I got to ask again. How does this translate? How does this team translate? Does it feel like the 90s Bills? Because, like, I don't remember the vibe. I just know, like, that was my team, and that was the team I rocked for. I mean, how old was I? I was like 8 or 9. What do you know at 8 or 9, right? To really know the roster and really know, I just knew that was my team, and I ain't going nowhere else. That's my squad, right? But, like, knowing what you know now, and then, does this team feel better? Does it feel better than what it did in the 90s, or is this about the same? Is it about the same feel? I'm curious, right? Because I was talking to some Bills fans out here in Canada, and I was like, was the vibe different? He's like, man, the vibe in the 90s was like, we felt like we could not do anything wrong, man. Like, we could score at will. We could do what we wanted. It was fun to be a Bills fan. It just wasn't fun when we lost, clearly. So I wonder, for the OGs out there, is that how it feels? Jeff King, what up, Jeff? Jeff's the OG. He's a triple OG. Jeff will be able to tell me. You never want to wake the sleeping giant. You damn right. This is Rodgers we're talking about. You should never take any team lightly, but you damn sure don't take this guy lightly. You damn right you don't. And let's not get it twisted, man. Rodgers has been, like, you can't. I mean, he made a comment this week, and maybe this is, and he said it. He said, maybe this is the game that we need. And some people are laughing at that comment. He's not wrong. Sometimes you need to get your team back on track. And how you do that, you beat a team that everybody deems hot. So when you beat that team, you can try. But let's just say they come into Buffalo and beat Buffalo at home, where everybody's watching. Aaron Rodgers is that guy. You know what it is. Aaron Rodgers is that guy. The OG teaches the young pup, not yet. I'm not ready to give up my throne yet. You know that type of conversation is going to happen, right? Furthermore, Packers come in and they beat, and this is more for the Packers' sake. They come in and beat the Bills. That said, now Rodgers can say, this is what I was talking about. We needed this game. I'm pumped. Let's go. Let's go on a run. The NFC North, that's ours. We ain't giving that up to the freaking Vikings. And this stuff, and I own you, all that stuff, that's to bed. He can start doing that over again, but he's got to. This is the tall task for him. So they're coming in like crazy. Furthermore, Rodgers was like, I'm paraphrasing here because I don't remember exactly the comment. The comment was pretty much, we got to start taking guys, giving less reps to guys that are making mistakes on this team. So he's pretty much calling out those receivers, not knowing their assignments, maybe not knowing your pass block assignments. If you don't know what route you're supposed to run, what depth you're supposed to run your route, when you're supposed to stop, you're not even knowing, the plays. I got to run the play to you. I got to call a different play because you guys don't know all the, get off the field. Put the guys on the field that know what the hell they're doing. It's pretty much what he said. And maybe that's what they do. But I just can't see it happening. It's the Bills, man. We're just too good. We're relentless. We're top heavy. This is not a top heavy team. We're well balanced. In years past, it used to be defense would be amazing, offense would be poo-poo. Then offense would be amazing, but defense can't stop anything. We could never find like a medium where you're like, okay, we got it. We're balanced now. This is the most balance we've had on this team in my lifetime. This is the most balance that I remember. I can say, okay, I know the roster from top to bottom. This is balance, and we're not even fully, completely healthy. We don't have Micah Hyde. Trey White, we haven't had. Trey White's coming back, so we'll see how that plays out. So there's a lot to be excited about. But for the OGs, does this feel the same? That's what I need to know. Does this feel the same, or does this feel better, or is this a different feel where like, man, I feel like we just can't lose? Or I'd love to know if you guys have it. Let me know. I'm gonna be trying to go through the comments, and we'll go through it. Dante Jenkins, the Bills not going to have another Jags game. They knew that game cost them home field. I don't believe they're going to do that again. It cost them too much. You damn right. They know better. You can't sleep with anybody. And right now, it looks great because we beat the Titans, conference team. We beat the Chiefs, conference team. So right now, we are in the driver's seat for home field advantage and the number 1 seed. And that number 1 seed comes with a beautiful bye. A bye week, I will take it. I will take it. So we're not only winning, we're not only playing for the division. We're playing for that number 1 seed. Let's get that number 1 seed. Let's get extra rest. Right? How do you think Tom Brady was able to win? I mean, Tom Brady's Tom Brady. But like that bye week is great. When you win the division, you're number 1 seed, man, I'm chilling. I'll wait. I'll let you guys beat up on each other. And now let's roll. One less game for us to deal with. Sign me up for that. Sign me up for that. I'll take it. But it's a long season, but a short season. To me, I still feel the season is very short. I feel like we hardly played some games, but like, dude, we're almost halfway into the season now. We're going into halfway into the season. This is craziness already. I'm already kind of like shit. I don't want this season to end, but like, there's so much more games to go. I don't know if you guys catch what I'm saying, man. It just feels that way. I feel like, what's going on? Donut, what's up, Donut? Rodgers is definitely not going to die, not going down without a fight. You damn right. If this guy's he's a future Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Famer, you think he's going? And listen, there comes a lot of when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is as prideful as they come. He's cocky. He's got some arrogance to him, and he's got a legacy to him. And right now, all he's hearing is Aaron Allen. Aaron Allen this, Aaron Allen that. Aaron, you know what I mean? Josh Allen's the best in the game. Josh Allen's leading MVP. Josh this, Josh that, blah, blah, blah. Josh was nipping at his heels last year for the MVP. If it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers, it would have been Josh Allen. So he's been hearing it. So this has more to do. This is like a double whammy for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers not only wants to come in and win this game, but to show up Josh Allen. Bro, young buck, chill out. Chill the F out. I'm still top dog in this bitch. All right? Relax. That's exactly what Aaron Rodgers wants to do. I can guarantee you that. Because when you've been a top dog all your life, pretty much, and in the league of all leagues, the NFL, and all of a sudden you're getting older, you see these young bucks coming up, you still want to instill your dominance to show you, whoa, I still got it. It's no different when that like old man strength, right? You always hear about it. Yo, don't mess with the OG, man. You ever play pickup basketball? You know what I mean? You're a young guy, you're in your 20s, and you're playing guys in their, you know what I mean, like late 30s, you know what I mean, mid 40s. They're in the post. They're strong, bro. The old man strength comes from that. Them dudes will post you up, elbow in the back. Like they still feel like they still got it. And they're going to make it. They're going to give you a hard ass time. Tell me I'm lying. Go play pickup basketball and be the young cat and find the older dudes, right? They are strong, fundamental. They've been there. They know it. They know it. They will push your ass around until you come in and be like, yo, man, I thought I was going to come in here and wax these guys. Let's flip it around. You ever play flag football? You come in, you got the young squad. You mean you guys you play football with or whatever. You know what I mean? You guys are in your 20s, late 20s, whatever the case is. And you see a whole bunch of OGs warming up. Yo, we're going to dust these guys. Absolutely not. These guys have been playing for years together. They got a system, and they know what they're doing. And then they come in, they wax you guys 60-14. And you're like, we just lost to the old guys? And these guys are just pack up their shit. All right, for young fellas, we'll catch you this another time. That's Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers isn't going to just lay down. He is certainly not going to lay down, folks. He's going to come in and try to assert his dominance and just prove that I'm not ready to pass you the torch. But here's the problem, though. Josh Allen don't give a shit about no damn torch. He already took that shit. I took it. I was going to take it from you last year. I took that damn well took it from you this year. Give me that shit. I'm holding that. You can try to get it. No, sir. I ain't giving that up. That's the mindset that Josh Allen is on right now. That boy's on a different mind frame, man. He knows what's at stake. He knows what's at stake, man. John from Michello. What's up, Johnny? Johnny says, Rico, the 90s team had Thurman. We had a run game. Yes, we did. Boy, don't get me started, man. Johnny, don't do that to me, man. I was trying to get away from the running back room. You got me. You bringing that back in. But boy, that team was nice, though. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. But yeah, man, this game is gonna be a big one because there's a lot more to it, man. Like on paper, the Bills should win this game, but there's an extra oomph to it because Aaron Rodgers is facing Josh Allen, the young kid in Josh Allen's home, so he's gonna do everything he can to ruin that and show that I'm still that guy. The last time the Packers came to Buffalo, though, it wasn't a good one. They lost. I can't believe we lost. We won that game, first and foremost. If you guys remember that one. We were giving this guy all sorts of problems. But Aaron Rodgers ain't going to lay down, folks. He's definitely not going to lay down. DJ Smooth says, yo, I'm 38 years old, and I remember my family going crazy. I bet you do. Antonio Dingo says, yo, feels like the 1993 Bills. Okay, this is what I'm talking about, folks. I need to see this. I need to hear this, man. We're going to win 4 Super Bowls in a row to avenge the 90s. Yo, wouldn't that be sweet? I just want one in my lifetime. In my lifetime, just give me one Super Bowl. I can say, you know what? I'm straight. I feel good. You know what I mean? Give me one. That's all I want, man. But 4, if we get 4, shit. I'm going to feel like a damn Patriots fan talking shit, mad shit, never stopping. That contract is about him as a human too, not just a guy on the field. I think you're talking about, I'm not sure who you're talking about. So, got to put some context into that, boy. Bills fan 1970 says, yo, we are great, but we didn't get those consensus love that we get now. Think Tecmo Bowl 1992. Yeah, man, social media is a different ballgame, man. Social media is a different ballgame. The media is different now. All these different outlets, like, it's just crazy. And then don't forget, there's content creators like us that, you know what I mean, are pumping out stuff like this. So, totally understood. Totally understood. Scott Blakely comes in and says, yo, it's a different game today, Rico, man. However, it feels similar from a fan's perspective. Invincible and Super Bowl in sight. See, that's what I wanted to hear. And it does. And the game has definitely changed for sure. The game has definitely changed. It's a different ball game, right? You could play football back then. You guys saw Nate Clements absolutely knock Tom Brady's block off. Tom Brady thought he could waltz on a I don't know what Tom Brady was thinking, first and foremost, and who called that play for him. I don't know. But Tom Brady coming around the corner like he was about to just come in and just run for a first down. Nate Clements had other words and other thoughts for you. He absolutely knocked Tom Brady's block off. And that was in the 2000s. Think about how football was played in the 90s. When you had a guy like Steve Atwater coming in and just jacking you up. Now, you can't do any of that stuff, man. You sack a quarterback. You pull on his jersey. It's a freaking pass. It's a unsportsmanlike conduct and this, that, and the third. Personal roughing the passer. Like, everything you can name, these guys can't do shit. So, yeah, it's definitely a different feel. But from a fan's perspective and the vibe, and I don't live in Buffalo. So it's more for folks that live in Buffalo, around town. What's the buzz like? I'd love to know. Trunk Music says, yo, 4 Super Bowl appearances in a row. Nothing tops that but a Super Bowl win. You damn right. And not only that, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. We need to knock off that stench because I'm telling you right now, I still truly believe it. That might be an opinion that I share on my own. But we still have that Super Bowl losing stench on us. Although we look good, but we still have a stench. So we got to make sure that stench is eliminated for good. And how you eliminate that stench is by going to the Super Bowl and winning it. You got to win it. You can't just go to the Super Bowl and say, yeah, we made it. No, no, no. We can't be the Bengals. We want to go and we want to win it. Win that thing. And that eliminates all stench from the 90s. And then maybe we can forgive, at least for me, I can forgive the 90s team for losing 4. All right, you made it to 4. That's cool, but you lost 4. You know what I mean? So we got to take away, we got to make sure that this generation of Bills fans and this generation of Bills team make sure that they right the wrongs and fix a little bit of history. I mean, sometimes you just need that Super Bowl to kind of forget about that past a little bit. You know what? But we got one. That's what we need. My man Jeffrey King, he says, nope. 90s were built on the K gun and Bruce and Tasker, etc. This team now is different. I can pinpoint it. So I can't pinpoint it, but there's no cockiness. They are humble and they know in the blink of an eye it's gone. So there was a bit of cockiness back in the day in the 90s. I get it. But you know what? They could be cocky. They had the right to be cocky-ish. 4 years in a row going to Super Bowl, like that's incredible in a row. And I'm sure they lost the first one. Like, okay, cool. We lost the first one. We're young, whatever. They probably thought they're going to get the second one. Nope. Third one's a charm. We got to get this one. Nope. Okay. Fourth one, we got to. Absolutely not. Denied 4 times. Ugh. Gross. That is gross. Just thinking about it, it's just gross. But it is what it is, folks. Buffalo has one of the top offenses and one of the top defenses. Only team in the NFL. You damn right. You damn Skippy. We're the number 2 offense because obviously somebody didn't do their job. The 49ers. The 49ers are supposed to come in and slow the freaking these with the number 1 defense in the game and blah blah blah. They were supposed to slow down the Chiefs. The Chiefs made them look like just an average ass team. What a disappointment. Chewbacca says, yo, Rico, in the words of Pierre Kingpin, this team is different. It's a different team, man. And you know what? The only way that we can solidify that this team is different is to win the damn thing. That's how we solidify it. Super chat coming in. I can only say, being my age, 40, it will only be better if we lift up the Lombardi, no matter what. You damn right. You damn right. Listen, I'm 37. I'm going to be 38 next month. 38 next month, right? And dude, give me this damn. Give me the Super Bowl, man. Give it to me for give me an early birthday present, a late birthday present, belated birthday present. For my 38th birthday, give me a Super Bowl win. All right, we're done. Let's stop messing around and stop pissing around and let's get this shit done. But we got a lot of football left, man. A lot of football left for sure. For the same yards getting, serious. This is my man Richard Ford. What's up, Rich? For the same yards we're getting from Singletary, check the stats. Singletary has another 7 carries and 6 yards from Hunt. But Devin Singletary, but here's the deal, though. You can't really use that because Devin Singletary is the main back. He's the main back. He's the main back. Kareem Hunt is behind Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is the best back. Like, he's probably the top 3, top 2 in the game right now. It's Saquon. It's Nick Chubb. Who's the other running back that's doing really, really well this year? Those are the 2 off the top of my head that's like playing extremely well. Like, come on, son. Like, those are the 2. So, like, to compare the backup running back to the starting running back, it's tough you can't do that. Right? To say like those are the differences. Give Kareem Hunt the touches that Nick Chubb are getting, you'll see a vast difference. Vast difference. What's up, Walter? Walter Skills comes in and says, hey, Rodgers isn't as good as you think against 500 teams. For all his greatness, he's under 500 in his career against good teams. Well, I mean, Rodgers has a Super Bowl under his belt, doesn't he not? So he's won one. I think he's won one. Yeah, he's won one. So, like, at least he's got one under his belt. That's what matters. He can leave the game saying, I'm a Super Bowl champ. I'd love for Josh Allen to say, I'm a multiple Super Bowl champ. Wouldn't that be lovely? In our lifetime, for crying out loud. That would be amazing. And Matt716, what's up, Matt? Matt says, until we win a Super Bowl, Josh Allen's greatness right now means nothing. If he's on a team for 16 years and he never went to his Lombardi or even go, it means nothing. I wouldn't say it means nothing. It just means that he just fell short of that goal, right? There's a lot of players that, I'll just say one, Dan Marino, great player, one of the best to ever lace up and throw the football. It eluded him. Doesn't mean that he ain't shit. He's still talked about to this day. It would have been nice for him to win one, but he didn't. But it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean Jack. You mean if Josh Allen doesn't win one, greatness right now, it means nothing. Nah, he's already great. Forever doesn't change. That doesn't change. I don't know. I don't agree with that statement. Matt 716 says the Bills went the first. Did you know the huddle? Sorry. The Bills went the first no huddle. The Bills were the first to have no huddle for like the whole game if they wanted, and Jim Kelly knew all the plays that they could use. Okay, so pretty much, damn, that was tough to read. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty much, yeah, they can do no huddle, and that's something we can probably bring up later on in the season, right? We don't got to show them all our cards now. We could show. We ain't got to show them everything. His perspective on life has changed and had a deep spiritual. I don't know what you're saying, bro, but I'm out of here. All right. So this game coming up is going to be a fun one. We're going to talk more about it on Friday when I do another show on Friday, and we'll dive a little deeper. I'm going to try to see if I can get one of my Packers homies to come through and talk to us about the team that they got, and then we'll go from there, man. We'll definitely go from there. Now, before I get out of here, we got to talk about. Hold on, let me get a super chat in. My man John Formicello. What's up, Johnny? Johnny Formicello comes with a super chat. I appreciate that super chat, Johnny. And much love goes to you, obviously. And it's a damn shame because John and I were supposed to go to that Pittsburgh game, and just all hell broke loose. I mean, you guys already know about my story about the flight being canceled. Son of a B. But Johnny, I appreciate you, man. Much love to you, my guy. Trump says, yo, but the receivers get knocked out. Nah, we don't do that. But anyway, folks, let me put it this way, man. We got the Packers game. It's gonna be a fun one. I can't wait for it. It's gonna be I want to display dominance. I want Josh to officially take that torch. He already has it, but I want it to be displayed on TV so everybody sees it. So then there's no questions about it. By the way, the next best running back, that's right, the top three, Jacobs, Chubb, and Saquon Barkley. Those are your top dogs. Those are your top dogs. Facts. Thank you for that. I needed that. Super chat coming from Carl Tolman says, yo, how about we start 4 consecutive Super Bowl wins in 22? Listen, man, give me 4, give me 6, give me 7. I don't care, man. Give me 1. Just give me 1. Yo, Rico, Casey's defense is being than everyone thinks. Is better than everybody thinks. They're a bend but don't break type of defense. I mean, they held us to 20, 24 points. They're a good defense, man. I don't buy it. They give us a hard time every single time. Every freaking single time they do. So before I get out of here, folks, I do want to just go back to what we were mentioning. And at the end of the day, what it comes down to is this, man. This team is so damn good. And this team is constructed to do extremely well. We're built for success from top to bottom. Coaching staff, A1. Offense, A1. Special teams, A1. Defense, A1. The pass rush, more specifically, is getting after it. What I love the most is the ability that we are stopping the run. We aren't letting big plays happen with the football in the running back's hands. We are stifling them, and I love every bit of it. That is what I'm just so damn excited about. That's number 1. Number 2, Josh Allen is, dude, man, the guy is just amazing. The guy is just amazing. We are so lucky to have a franchise quarterback. Boy, did we hit. And the amount of gymnastics that we had to do to jump from the 22nd pick down to the 12th pick, down to the 7th pick to grab Josh Allen. And even then, he could have went to the Denver Broncos. He could have went number 1 for crying out loud. But they chose to go their route, and now we got him on our squad. Unbelievable, right? We've got great offensive coaching staff. Aaron Kromer's doing his damn thing. And I'm sure we're going to tweak some things. And this bye week, I hope that we establish some type of run game. I would love to see it, right? McDermott and my man Leslie Frazier they're just dialed in. I can't express how excited I am about these two. And you go back to the defense, the linebacking crew, Matt Milano, you got Tremaine Edmonds running free, playing good ball like you can't go wrong. And guess what? We get Tre'Davious White back. It only gets better. I'm excited, and if I'm dude, we should all be excited. We should all be excited, man. I love every bit of it. Love every bit of it. My man Rev Rose, what's up, Rev? What's happening, bro? Rev Rose says, "Hell, Singletary is RB1 in this offense." Thank you for clarifying. In this offense, he is RB1. We all agree. All we need to do is keep giving him the rock. Chubb has 126 carries so far, but Mortar has 57 average, right? He's averaging 4.5 yards a carry. If he had 126 carries at 4.5 yards, he'd be fourth in rushing. Yes, he would be, right? Now, the difference too, and that's why I have to chill myself because I would love not more. I would love to have more of Mortar doing what he does. But if we're gonna keep it a buck, he isn't RB1. You know who RB1 is? It's Josh Allen. Josh Allen is RB1. And Josh Allen, it runs with him. Now, let's go back. Guess who's quarterbacking in Cleveland? It makes all the difference, right? And there's Jacoby Brissett, no hate on Jacoby, but Jacoby ain't Josh. Jacoby ain't Josh. And that's what makes this offense just so damn good is that Josh does it all. And you don't necessarily have to depend on the run game to get you going. And that's why it shuts me up because like we're winning and Josh Allen does it all. So like I kind of like I have to chill and be like, yo, we're having success. We can run when we want to. It's just I'm ingrained in like it goes through the run game. We got to get the run game going, but there's no need because we're airing things out. We can just dot anybody up that we want to. If we give him the carries, is he going to be like a Nick Chubb? Absolutely not. But if you put it that way, give him that 4.5 and 102 to 26 carries, then yeah, he's probably fourth in the league. But we all know that he ain't Nick Chubb. He ain't Saquon Barkley. He's not Josh Jacobs. He's not any of those guys. He's not any of those guys. Let's keep it real. You know what I mean? But I get what you're saying. And I like Devin Singletary. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Devin Singletary. I love what he does. When he's got an opportunity, he makes the most of his opportunities. And that's all we can ask for. That's all we can ask for. He makes the most of his opportunities. Really and truly. That's just what it is. And I can't say any better. My man, Mr. Lipset, what's up, man? He goes, Devin is fine, but we need a short yardage stumper. That's where Josh comes in. Josh is your short yardage stumper. 4th and 1, it's Josh. 3rd and 2, it's Josh. He's your guy. It's 4th and 1. Who do you think they're going to give the ball to? Is they going to give it to Devin? Is they're going to give it? No, it's Josh. Josh is the guy. That's why RB1 is cool to say that it's Devin Singletary because technically he is, but realistically, we know who RB1 is. It's just what it is. But we don't want Josh thumping in there. I mean, let me make that clear. We don't want him thumping in there because you know what I mean. There's always one guy that's going to be a little bigger than Josh, and he's going to thump Josh a little too hard. And now we're like, shit, what do we do? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, before I get out of here, folks, pickums. We got to go through our pickums to see who was right, who was wrong, and let's see how we did. So let me back it on up. And let's go through who won, who lost, and how we did with our pickums. So here we go. The Dallas Cowboys game. We picked the Dallas Cowboys over the Detroit Lions. And excuse me, I'm looking at am I looking at the wrong one? Yes, I am. I'm looking at the wrong week. Look at me. There we go. Here we go. Saints and Cardinals. Is that the right game? Am I being silly right now? I'm not looking at the right thing, am I? Oh, yes, I am. All right, here we go. Saints, Cardinals. We had so the Cardinals won 42 to 34. And in our pickums, who did we grab to win that game? We said the Washington, Denver, Chargers, Chiefs, Ravens, Bengals, Dallas, Giants. Who do we pick in that game? Did we say the Cards were going to win that one? Because we were debating if we thought the Cardinals were going to win that game or not. And I didn't even write it down. How silly is my black ass? We missed that game of all games, for crying out loud. We already starting off a bad note. Here we go. All right. Browns and Ravens. That was a tough freaking match for these guys. But we picked the Ravens to win. I at least picked the Ravens to win. And Ravens won that one. They barely got away with that one, for crying out loud. Buccaneers, Panthers. Jeez. The Buccaneers. What is up with the Bucca-freaking-nears, man? What in the heck? Panthers? They get rid of their best player, and then Foreman and Chubb Hubbard go off in the run game. Ain't that something? PJ Walker gets the dub over Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Divisional game. Dude, man. Gross. I picked the Panthers. We all picked the Panthers to win. Obviously, we lost that one. Yikes. Ravens won that game. Bengals, Atlanta. We said the Bengals will take the Atlanta Falcons, and they did. They absolutely dropped them. Dallas over Detroit. We knew that was going to happen. Although Detroit tried to make it close all the way through, and then Detroit was Detroit, like they always are. I don't know what's going on with Detroit, man. They look good. They look good at the beginning. They were scoring points like crazy. They went neck and neck with the Eagles, and then they pulled this stunt. Detroit, man. I don't know what it is that Detroit needs. I don't get it. My man Pummer says, yo, I grew up in Hamburg. My first memory is wide right. My dad and Gramps tearing up. I'm telling you, this year's team is different. Josh, Diggs, Vaughn, this is it. Man, we all hope this is it, man. We really do all hope this is it. Now, let's go back to this game, man. What in the hell is going on with Detroit? I don't really care. You know what? I don't care about Detroit. Detroit's garbage. Giants. The freaking Giants. 6-1. They almost lost that game. Right? They almost lost that game, man. It took every bit of strength to keep. Who was it that caught the ball? DJ, was it Chark? I don't know who was it that caught that ball on the goal line and just was kept out of there. And Brian Dable rolls to 6-1. Let me tell you the coolest scene that I saw this week was Brian Dable shaking hands with fans and greeting fans with a cigar in his mouth and looking like a badass. Let me tell you, man, your head coach is shaking hands and kissing babies and smoking a cigar. That's an OG right there, man. So the Giants are 6-1, and we said the Giants were going to win. Y'all were saying the crowd choice, the crowd pick was the Jags were going to win this one. Thank goodness. Y'all need to listen to me because, you know what I mean? That was not going to happen. Tennessee, obviously, over Indy. They won that game. We got to talk about that in just a moment. Washington over Green Bay. That was the upset pick of the week, and I was right. I'll take that. I should give myself a double check mark. Denver over Jets. I thought the Denver Broncos were going to take on the Jets and beat them. Clearly, we're wrong. Now, Russell didn't play, so that plays a factor. So I guess we were wrong on that one. Clearly. Las Vegas over Houston. We knew Vegas was going to win that game. Tough fight, but they just weren't going to cut it. We thought the Chargers were going to beat Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith got these boys playing, boy. Geno got these boys playing. And you know what? Thank you for reminding me. Who was it? Somebody said Mike Hurdle. Mike, my man Mike. Rico, I think Cards Saints was on Thursday night, and you did the picks on Friday. You're right. No, I did the picks on Thursday because I didn't have a show on Friday, so I did on Thursday. So they were playing that night. That's why I didn't do it. I remember now. Thank you for that. I'm like, how did I forget that? That's crazy. The Chargers, though. Geno Smith has these Seattle freaking Seahawks playing. What? Who would have thought? So Chargers. Listen, man, let's talk about it for a little bit. Chargers. I thought Chargers were going to be really good this year. I think we all thought the AFC West was going to be, holy crow, man, this AFC West is going to be bonkers. Really? Nah, not even close. Like Denver, what's going on with Denver? Las Vegas is trying to climb back to make themselves relevant again. It's going to be tough. And then the Chargers are just like, I don't know what kind of team you're getting. You don't know who you're getting with the Chargers. Fantasy-wise, fantastic. Well, right now they're just not great, man. So Chargers, they lose against the freaking Seattle Seahawks. Chiefs beat the Niners. We knew that was going to happen. I mean, it was just, I mean, they're just Jimmy Garoppolo is just no. Miami versus Pittsburgh, they barely got away with it. Barely. And we thought New England was going to beat the Bears. And we were wrong because the Bears came in and did the damn thing. So how did we do today, folks? We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. We got 9 right. So we got to do better. But you know what? Teams like the Tampa Bay freaking Buccaneers can't be trusted. Never again. You can't be trusted. You can't trust those guys anymore. Indy can't be trusted. Now, before I get out of here, Matt Ryan, some would say, is a future Hall of Famer. Some would say he's a future Hall of Famer. He's got the numbers to prove it. But what in the heck is going on with the Indianapolis Colts? You bench Matt Ryan. You bench Matt Ryan to bring in Sam whoever? Yikes, man. Yikes. And Mike, you're absolutely right. You remember when I said it? I picked Washington with the upset of the week, and they got it. So I hope you guys took my money. I hope you guys, whoever said that was going to, that should have been the pick'em of the week. You'll put your money on this one. Next week, we're going to do it. Friday, we'll do a pick'ems, and then we'll find out what it is. And I'll tell you the money of the week, who you put your money on, and who you're going to get, where you're going to get your money at. And y'all should put some money on that game, man. Dope. Matt freaking Ryan. First of all, he's been a bum all year. Number one, let's get that out of the way. He has been an absolute bum all year. But shame on the damn Colts, because you have Jonathan Taylor, you got Quentin Nelson, you got an O-line, you got receivers, Alec Pierce, you got Pittman, you got Paris Campbell, like Mo Ali Cox. Like, what are y'all like? I don't get it. And you're not even giving the football to your best back and Jonathan Taylor, the guy that was killing it all of last year. Yo, that goes. Let me tell you something. If Frank Reich kept Matt Ryan in all year, he would have been fired. There's no question about that. He would have definitely been fired. So this was a move to save his ass. This was a move to absolutely save his ass because he made a change. But you better hope your backup quarterback comes in and does what he's supposed to do, because if he doesn't, you're done. Frank Reich, you are done, my guy. What a disaster there it is. And this is why I come back to looking at the Bills. And I'm like, whew, good thing we are not dealing with no quarterback issues, because we've had, Lord knows, we've had a lot of issues with quarterback, and now we don't have to. My goodness, man. What a disaster. Reich has to be on the hot seat for signing off on Wentz, and now Ryan. Dude, you're right. He had Carson Wentz. They had the team to, go do what they're supposed to do, and they fall short. You blame it on Wentz. Wentz wasn't the guy. You get rid of Wentz, and you bring in Matt Ryan, another bum. Past his prime, way past his prime. And now you're dealing with this? Oh, what a terrible scene it is in Indy. What a terrible scene. You got a terrible scene in Indy. You have a terrible scene in New England with Bailey Zappi and Macaroni Jones. I don't know what's going on over there. Disaster. You're going to have a mess over there in Cleveland when Watson comes back, whether they give him the reins or not. You have a mess in Carolina. Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield are coming back at the same time. They're both going to be. Boy, am I glad that we don't have those quarterback issues. Good luck to those teams, man. Golly. Whew. That's what I'm saying, man. The Bills are a class above the rest of the league. You just look at the squad and you're just like, that's a franchise. The only thing missing, Super Bowl. Get that damn Super Bowl, and it just looks good. Put that Super Bowl right up in that mantle. We're good to go. Anyway, folks, that's it for me. I hope you guys appreciate that. I hope you guys appreciate the show. I know we talked about, I'm saying, the run game. We talked about the running back situation, but only brought up because we tried to trade for Christian McCaffrey. That just can't be swept under the rug. It means something. Clearly, we're not happy. We're not happy with what we have in the backfield. but it's up to us to change it. It's up to the freaking management to freaking figure it out what we need to do that works best to get this game, this run game going. And it's not that the run game is stalled, by the way. Let's keep it real. I think we're just being greedy. I think it's just a greed talking. I want more. Like we're killing it in the air game, but like I guess I just want it all. You know what? As a Bills fan, I want it all. I want it all. Yes, you damn right I do. I want the freaking pass game to be lit up. I want the run game to be lit up. I just want to freaking be crushing it. But you just can't have it your way. You can't have it all. You can't always have it your way. I get it. So maybe it's just me being greedy and selfish and I want it all. Forgive me. We've had 20 years of being some bullshit. And now that we're relevant, we're good. I want it all, damn it. Hey, I want it all. Shit. Anyway, folks, that's it for me, man. I really appreciate you guys tuning in, man. Real talk. It's always fun talking Bills. It's therapy. And listen, man, big game coming up. So let me turn that down a little bit. We're gonna have some fun, man. Big game Sunday. I'm back to work doing night shift. I gotta go ready right now anyway. And get my shit together. So, folks, listen, man. We will catch you guys on the flip side. We appreciate you guys tuning in. The Buffalo Fanatics is the Rico Report. You know what I'm saying? And we will catch you tomorrow. My man Rev is back at it again. And then I'll see you guys back on Friday. We'll Friday show. Hopefully, I'm gonna have a guest to come talk Packers, and then we'll go from there, man. So, folks, until next time, it's your boy, and I'm gone. You guys have yourself a great night. Smash that like before you get out of here. And if you're new to the channel, man, subscribe. Let's get it popping, man. So we'll catch you guys again on Friday. Rev was gonna be tomorrow, and we'll see you guys on the flip. Until next time, it's your boy, and I'm gone. Let's go.